welcome back to the class. Now we're going to look at the mode function. The mode function is also an array function, and we're going to see what mode function is used for. It's used to find the most frequently or occurring value in a given set of numeric value. So the most frequently occurring number in a given set of value. This is helpful for identifying patterns or the most common value in a data set. So if you are trying to find patterns, you can use the mode function to find patterns, because finding pattern, you know how many times an occurrence happen. I mean, of course, you want to find which pattern of your data has a more for value of occurrence or frequency of occurrence, and that's you can use the mode function to do that. So it returns the most frequent value, that is, it finds number that appear most often. So that's a very good way of finding pattern. It handles ranges and individual value. It works with mix of numbers, ranges, or both. That's why it's an array function. So you can mix it with numbers, pick numbers here and there, or pick ranges of value, or whatever it is. Then it ignores numeric values, keep text blank, and then of course logical for values. So the mode function is ideal for analyzing data sets in fields like sales, inventory, or any scenario where you're finding the most common value, where finding the most common value is actually necessary. So now let's go into the Excel sheet and see how this is done. All right, so the mode function will help us to find the most occurred value. So in this range of the data set, we want to find what is the most occurred value. So I will pick that range. Now the mode function is an array function, and it is also not case sensitive. So what it means is that you can type in lowercase or type in uppercase, it doesn't matter. So 33 is the value that occurred most often. So another thing is that even if your values are scattered here and there, and then you want to find the most occurred value in your range, so let's say, and then we have, sorry, I want to use 23 instead. So now I can say equal sign mode, open my bracket. So what we are saying is that we can pick, comma, pick, comma, put a comma, pick, put a comma, pick, put a comma, pick, and close your bracket, and it will still give you the most occurred value. In this case is 23. So even if the values are scattered here and there, you can still get your mode because it's an array function. Now, one of the things that I normally do when I'm working with Excel is to think out solutions. Now, one of the things that is in my mind now is, okay, I know the most occurred value, but how many times does this value occur? I want to also find it. Okay, so the way to do that will mean you are going to combine function. You are going to use the count if function to pick where the values are as range, and now you are going to use the mode as your criteria. Okay, so you can if you want to just reference this mode that you have done before, you can reference it, but I want to make it as a single function. So my mode occurs 6 times. Okay, so this 33 occurred 6 times. Okay, so but if you have calculated mode before, you may not need to put it. You may just simply reference this, and then it will tell you how many times the 33 appears. But if you really want to be technical and you want your function to explain what you did, then you probably want to make the function show exactly what you did. So this is count if D3 to D20, and then the criteria is mode. So I'm able to know how many times. So the mode function will find you the number of occurrence of a value in the range, and that's what we have done here. Sorry, it will find you the most occurred value in the range. And if you want to know how many times the value occurred, then you may want to combine it with a count if function to use the mode as a criteria for finding how many times the most occurred value appeared. All right, so this is where we're going to stop in how to use the mode function in Excel. So see you in another class when we'll be looking at another function called absolute function.